Okay, so there's a huge war going on between traditional martial arts and MMA. Okay, and even further, there's a lot of people who ask the redundant question that really has no accurate answer, but basically, people always ask questions along the lines of, what is the best martial art? Or if I'm going to start martial arts, which is the best one to start with? And it's a good question to ask, but there's no like one best martial art. But when it comes to starting martial arts, okay, the last thing you want to do is begin a martial art that is not going to benefit you and give you the intended result that you desire. And if your intention is to be able to defend yourself on the street, you need to learn practical fighting. Okay, self-defense martial arts try real hard to focus on, self-defense, but they don't do a very good job of teaching you basic fighting skills. And without basic fighting skills, you don't have the foundation that is required to defend yourself against somebody who's trying to fight against you. Okay, there's two basic principles that you should be aware of. The first one is, if you learn how to do something, you also learn how to defend against that thing. So if you learn how to strike real good, you also learn how to defend against striking. If you learn how to grapple really well, or learn really good jiu-jitsu, you also learn good defense against jiu-jitsu. The same principle goes for anything. Um, and then beyond that, you can only fight how you practice. Okay? So, straight up, the very first thing you should do is learn a basic foundational fighting art. One that teaches you full contact fighting and involves a lot of sparring. Okay? Because if you don't spar, then you're never going to actually learn how to fight under pressure. You're never going to experience the adrenaline, okay, that actually happens in a real fight situation. And also, you're going to be so used to, doing techniques off of pre-planned drills that don't really apply in real life, that you're not actually going to be able to pull these techniques off in real fights. Also, a lot of these martial arts, such as Aikido, Kung Fu, Tai Chi, even forms of karate and even Taekwondo, they don't. They try to teach you techniques that won't actually work in a self-defense situation, won't work in real life, and definitely will not work in a an actual fighting situation. Okay, that's not to say that some of these arts don't have their place, because I've done a variety of different martial arts, including Wing Chun, including karate, but also Muay Thai and grappling and kickboxing and such. And I recognize that everything has its place, but only within certain scenarios and sequences. And you have to understand that the very first thing is the fundamentals, okay? And you're going to learn those basics in something such as Muay Thai, something such as boxing, or even a lot of full contact karate, such as Kyokushin. But I personally feel like the best thing to learn is a style of Muay Thai that teaches you how to strike in angles, okay? How to strike in angles, not side to side, not forward and back, but 45-degree, okay, diagonally. Teaches you how to slip a punch, how to defend against kicks, punches, hooks, knees. Teaches you how to control in a clinch. I mean, that's all very great stuff for self-defense. And if you learn Muay Thai, they're going to teach you, obviously, the basics of striking, including offense and defense, because you need to know how to knock somebody out if you're going to actually defend against yourself. A lot of these self-defense arts teaches you, like, defense, but not necessarily knockout blows. They try to teach you that, and they say, oh, this palm strike and the dim mak, or this elbow to the throat, and punch him right here in this pressure point, punch him in the nose, blah blah blah. No. You don't need to learn all that dumb crap in order to actually, like, end a fight. You need to learn how to end a fight, plain and simple. And you're going to learn that in a basic striking art like Muay Thai. Okay. Now, They'll also teach you how to control a clinch, which is very, very important in the street because a lot of people try to dash right in, and you need to learn how to take control at close quarters. You know, how to grab somebody by the back of the neck and jerk them around, and you know, in that as quick as you can. And once you get real good working with the clinch, you can start to implement judo. You know, hip tossing somebody, throwing them, tripping them to the ground, etc. And that will complement the clinch work you learned from Muay Thai, and it'll just be a great fundamental thing to learn in case you know someone ever tries to grab you on the street. From there, some basic wrestling, some basic jiu-jitsu. I mean, you don't have to spend too much time in that. I mean, two to 3 year, like 3 years of Muay Thai, 3 years of jiu-jitsu, and you'll be great. You'll be fine. Now, I'm not going to cover everything in this video. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. A little bit on Taekwondo. Taekwondo will teach you a lot of great advanced, like flashy kicks and things, but for self-defense, it's not the best thing because you have to be at a long distance and you have to have a lot of distance in order to pull all these things off. And a lot of Taekwondo schools give out black belts like candy, and they're all about making money, and every single time you go to a belt test they charge you $100. And even if you become like a super badass at Taekwondo, a lot of those schools are point sparring, which is not going to be good training for full contact, especially self-defense. And you just need a lot of distance to pull off these techniques, even if they were like effective, okay? And it's just stupid. The amount of time that it would take for you to earn a black belt in Taekwondo, you could be so good at Muay Thai that, you know, you'd be fine. You learn more effectively, you learn a lot more faster just learning Muay Thai than if you do Taekwondo. Because you spend 3 years in Taekwondo, you're still not going to be able to defend yourself on the street. But if you spend 1 year in Muay Thai, you'll be way ahead of anything you would have learned otherwise. But only once you get the basics down should you move on to a self-defense art, okay? But I think the best self-defense art is Wing Chun. It's amazing for defense. It's not really so great for offense. It's great for defense though. The thing that Wing Chun does not teach you is footwork. And footwork is something that Muay Thai will definitely teach you a lot of. And footwork's extremely important. Footwork is also something you don't really learn in Taekwondo. You learn their hoppy, hippity hoppity kicking footwork, but that's not good at all for street fighting, and it's not good at all for self-defense, and it's not good if you're going to fight in MMA either. You want to learn basic angular kickboxing footwork that you would learn in Muay Thai. They will teach you footwork, the most important thing, okay? Wing Chun will not, but it will teach you how to have good reaction time with your hands, good timing, good reflexes, a lot of great reflexes, and just how to push your hands up at the right times to defend your face, and etc. It'll give you a great defensive base if you learn Wing Chun, but that's only after you've already learned Muay Thai. What you learn in Muay Thai is going to teach you enough defense and enough offense to where you don't really need Wing Chun either already, but learning Wing Chun afterwards would give you nothing but benefit. All right, now Aikido and all these other things, you don't really need to learn that. Krav Maga would probably be another thing to look into afterwards. And also, it's more so the teacher rather than the style. Make sure that what you're learning is practical, because you can only fight how you practice. This is all the time I have in this video. Leave your questions and comments down below. And if I've missed anything in this video, I will touch on it in another one.